WJBW is made possible by sausage. Stick one in your mouth.
I hear a little bit of feedback in the mic.
These charges are not mine.
Today's episode of the JB Webb Show is sponsored by Ashtray.
Maybe embellishing.
All right, I'm walking down the street now. I'm walking live here on the street. I'm going to see who I can find.
I need to hear the tambourine.
Do you want me to do the JB Webb Show? Oh, I spit on you.
You are not part of the conversation.
Do you? Do you really?
Thank you for holding, JB.
I'm listening.
Thank you for holding, JB.
Definitely a day job I don't complain about.
Gotta find out what's going on, what you're doing, what you're intending to do.
Love Shack, baby!
Juggernaut of rock action.
My baby understands that cigarettes are dangerous. The child reads avidly, backwards, in every language.
WJBW.
The electronics are so predominant that people would really prefer that.
Hey, what's up? Oh, thank you. Okay. Welcome back. JB Webb I am, and you are there, and welcome. This is episode 104. We have a art metal group coming in, a few of them, and they are called Meka-Nism. And art metal is something we're going to learn about. Everyone will get their own little piece of scrap metal to play with and try to make it to a house. So you could take that to your dad and say, look. No, I'm just kidding. Or I could be dead serious. It's all the way. If you're dead and you're serious, that's no accountability then. Dead serious. Oh, you're dead. People forget about you. Anyway, why am I saying that? Oh, yeah. Welcome to episode 104. We are rolling along with the relaunch, the resurrection of the show into audio stream only. So I'm going to go welcome our guests into the studio, and I thought it would be pretty appropriate. I found Satan's Camaro, a remix, a Q Burns remix from, Heinous Bainfang and his cheap moves. I like that. Heinous. Okay, and so we're going to play that, and then because we're talking about the event on May 1st with Meka-Nism and the crew, and the Glorious Rebellion has a song that they sent us some time ago. So we're going to play My Resume is a Suicide Note just after that, and then we'll be inviting our guests. So welcome to the show. The telephone number is 407-379-9529. We can take one caller at a time. We do get your chats live on Spreaker, so you can chat with us there. Or conversely, if you're listening to this in retrograde, then you can go to WJBWnetworks.com and find out what we are all about, which is, I'm not going to tell you. If you don't know by now, you flip-flapping fleepers. Okay, so we're going to have some wine, and then later in the show, we will hear from artist Perego, founder of the Art Army. There's some cool events and happenings going on over by the East Coast, the Daytona Beach. So enjoy this music. We'll be back with a live in-studio chat with Meka-Nism.
Was Satan!
another dose. Hey, I am not afraid of failure. I am not afraid to die. I am afraid. I'm not really living. I am not afraid of failure. I am not afraid to die. I am afraid. I'm not really living.
WJBW Orlando, the very first quasi-radio web show. Hey, what's up, JB Webb? Welcome back in studio. Happy to have people in studio. Yes, we relaunched the show. And I would like to welcome someone who I know a little bit about, but what I've seen is freaking awesome. Melt your face awesomeness. I'm happy to invite Meka-Nism, correct, in studio. Get right on there. Let me see where you guys... Oh, let me bring you guys up. That'll help. I wish I had somebody else to blame it on. I've got no one else. Oh, Shocky over there. There you go.
Hey, Shocky.
All right, so welcome to the JB Webb Show, and this is an awesome opportunity. I really appreciate you guys coming over in person.
Happy.
Oh, yeah, it just turned into Chris Farley there. I was like, remember when you did the show? Oh, SNL reference. I got a drink.
Nice.
That's one of my. We've instituted the SNL. Anyway, so yeah, I try not to do that. But welcome. You are a talented individual. You are a unique individual. Meka-Nism is a art metal rock band. Unique-orificus. I have to get the phlegm in there because it's so. Yeah, it's so ancient. It's something so ancient that you're doing, right? Okay, so it's like very the music you produce. Now, that's just my impression. You know, I from what I can see and I can take in, you've done some great music videos. You've been around, so I'm interested kind of in your whole story and your whole origin story. I know I heard tell through somebody, I forget who it was. You went to Japan for a little while.
Yeah,
I
totally.
think. Okay, all right. So let's do this. So tell me a little bit about the band, and then we'll kind of go into your backstory, Meka. And what was your first name again? I'm so sorry.
Bobby.
I'm an idiot. Bobby. I'm an idiot. All right, cool. Well, it's great to have you guys here, like I said.
Thank you for having us.
My pleasure, Bobby. So how long have you guys been playing together? Give us a little sense about the actual band and kind of the feel of the music, and maybe your background, too.
Yeah, sure. The band has been together with me in it since 2010, right? Yeah. 2010 is when I joined, and we've been together since then. And we've gone through... Reed, who was our drummer at the time when we first started, he's actually moved up to guitar within the last year, and the newest member, his name is Jeremy Mansfield, and he's now the drummer, and he's phenomenal. Everybody's phenomenal, and everything's really clicking now. So we consider the Meka-Nism train to be really rolling steam. You know,
yeah, because you got 4 or 5 years as a group of people, or kind of maybe shifting a little bit.
Absolutely,
so, okay.
Yeah. And that's kind of the whole idea behind the shift too, is the shifting of the.
I tied that in. Oh.
Yeah, I see what you did there.
Dab.
Yeah, and let's see. I mean, we're so close, and we've been together for so long. The chemistry and everything like that between us is really tight.
Yeah.
So it's just awesome.
Well, you guys have a unique background and a unique sound, right? So maybe give us a little sense of give us a little sense of your impression of art metal. What is art metal? In case people don't know, like me.
Art metal. I would describe it as something being completely different from what any kind of other genre of metal there is.
It's not
right
metal
now.
sculpting, is it? Because I've got these pile shavings over here. No, I'm joking.
No, I like it. It's. I wish we could do metal sculpting. That'd be
That
pretty
would be
cool.
badass.
Yeah.
I know some people, so
I bet.
they're badass with the soldering shit, and all of a sudden you got
totally
this.
cool.
Yeah, you got this Swiss cheese piece in your
I like it.
day room.
I like
don't
it.
know.
Yeah.
Anyway. So art metal, it's kind of more just expressive, kind of maybe a derivative of metal. Maybe tell us a little bit about it, Mecca.
Well, it's something entirely new, but that's
Is it
that's
something-
saying it's drawing from so many different genres.
Well, I'm saying I tagged it on this episode, and it existed already. Yeah, normally I like to create tags that exist. That's what I'm
nice.
saying. That's what I'm saying.
Art
So that's
metal
why I kind of
exists.
art metal does exist. So I'm kind of interested to hear a little bit about kind of your representation of it, or maybe how, because anytime throughout history you've got people with art and music that kind of go and tap a new vein.
Right.
Not that it wasn't there already, but maybe make it more prominent, subsual. I'm going to make up words now.
I like it.
Prominence and subsual. Okay.
Got it.
Yeah,
That's very
you understand what?
tangible.
Yeah, see
It's
what I'm.
luscious.
See what I'm emanating
Yeah.
from my orifice. No, but
Well, that's the history of language, right? Is creating new words, and that's what we're
Exactly,
doing
yeah.
with music. Is
Yeah.
that we're taking from things that people understand, something familiar,
Yeah.
something with soul and spirit, like ancient, like you said, ancient. Yes,
Kinda-
I draw from studying shamanism. I draw from living in Japan for a few years.
Yeah.
I draw from the blues. I draw from. I used to be a Ren Fair performer. I've done theater. I've done, we've all done so much. Alvin was into a lot of the jam band stuff. And
Okay,
he was
like funky, kinda.
funky and
Yeah.
and very cool. Reed was into very Nirvana and punk rock, different things. I was in a punk band as
Yeah.
a teenager, and we draw from all these things. And then we've got the epic metalhead over here, Bobby the Rip Propeller.
he's wearing a Black Sabbath shirt. He's
Yeah.
got
Yeah.
Is that a shirt or a tattoo, sir? No, I'm
these
just
are
kidding.
tattoos. Yeah.
Just leave it. That's my new special shirt with tattoos.
And it's kind of funny because we didn't plan on being any different type of band. We just decided to be a band.
Just these
Just see
people
what
kind of
hap-
come together and
Yeah.
said, "I
Yeah.
like this. I like this." Boom, 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 boom. We're creating
Well,
something
it just
kind of a.
there wasn't a limitation on it.
Okay.
It's kind of been molded, and people, because of the force with which all of our personalities are huge, and we're larger than life, even in daily life. We're huge characters,
Yeah.
but we can't help it. I can't help but be kind of artsy and crazy.
Yeah.
I feel, I feel bad. I tried to be normal and I couldn't, but I did this, and I was like, this is it.
It worked out.
I gotta sing loud.
Yeah.
Sometimes I sing pretty, and I'm all delicate and fragile.
Yeah.
But to me, that's also a power.
Yeah.
And I've
like operatic. You don't get. I mean, and humans at least thousands of years old. Let's say, safely agree. Humans thousands of years old.
Yep.
Thousands,
tens of thousands. Yeah,
okay,
yeah,
at
yeah,
least
yeah.
thousands. All right.
Yes,
That's-
yes.
So,
or beyond this planet.
it.
yes. Exactly. So humans, right? Okay.
Beyond that, we just smoked pot a lot.
Oh,
So humans for hundreds
I'm sure a
of
lot
years.
of humans did that for a long time.
Yeah, no, for
Yeah.
hundreds of years. Yeah, so people as a whole kind of have a way of, making something their own and kind of infusing their own personality and original. So even kind of having artist Perego call in later, he's a kind of guy that sparks this whole renaissance of thought and a way of thinking about stuff. And I see that the music, the sound that you guys have, this kind of way of expressing, because it's not mamby-pamby. Everything's not all Taylor Swift.
No.
I mean, I'm
yeah.
sorry.
No,
It's
no.
You give yourself permission to express authentically. You automatically
Yeah.
give everyone else around you the same permission.
Right.
That's what
Right.
the artists of our generation are meant to do.
Yeah.
You think Jimi Hendrix, those type of people like Janis Joplin, they did something so big that they were something to dream on. They were bigger than life.
I'm so happy.
You know
So
what I
this
mean?
is fantastic. We have Meka-Nism in studio. Yes. And we have the mold breakers and murderers. in the room. Mold breaking murderers in the damn room.
That's
you
gotta be
are
a shirt.
mold breaking murderers in the damn. Hashtag mold breaking murderers.
I'm going to use that.
Anyway, welcome back. Welcome back. You have such an interesting story. Give me a little bit of your past, Meka, because I'm interested to hear. Like I said, somebody told me a little stuff, and so you kind of came up. Were you kind of the goth kid? Did you kind of tie into that whole movement?
Goth.
And hippie goth.
Like,
All
I was
right,
into
that sounds
Renaissance
cool.
fairs.
That sounds cool.
I was into making
Hippie
my own
goth. Okay, so
albums,
like
but I was leaning towards the Marilyn Manson thing.
Right.
Because
right.
I like people who can express themselves, you know,
Yeah.
and I definitely the goth kid, but like Renaissance goth kid and hippie goth kid. Like I never quite settled on one thing.
Right. Well, that's good
But
though. I
was
think that's healthy to
comfortable with
say.
that.
Yeah.
And it was fun because you get the best of the whole world if you're like
Right.
I not only do I find inspiration in these things and I can identify with them, but I'm not limited by them. Like
Right.
so it becomes this expansive like journey inside yourself and like allowing yourself. I'm a theater kid.
Yeah.
You know, and I
Have you been in plays? Have you done
yeah.
Have you, what
Oh,
was
yeah.
what was the most fun play you've done? I presume this was a younger child, or how late did you do theater? What was the most?
In
What was the
Japan,
most fun?
I was in
thing?
a German theater company.
Oh, you were.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. So tell us about that. That sounds interesting.
I almost moved to Berlin. Actually, that's
Really?
why I came back to Florida was to like visit my family on the way to Germany.
Right,
I'm
and those
glad it didn't
99
work. I didn't. Glad
love
it didn't work
balloons.
Out. Yeah, I caught it.
Damn 99. It was a 98. They wouldn't let me go through, but the 99. Anyway, so that's cool. So it was a theater troupe, a German theater troupe in Japan.
Yes.
Huh.
So I kind of fell
pretty
in
dope.
with them, and I was like, "This is cool."
What kind of
man.
stuff did they?
Well,
you
it was
do?
like punk rock theater, and I was the musical director, so I did like I did all
So
the
you're
music
like-
for it.
Yeah, so you're like, you need to taste this. Whereas someone has like no taste buds for the music that you're doling out, in a sense, right? It's like somebody asked me, "Oh, what do you know about hip hop?" I'm like, "Oh my God, let me start you here."
Right.
Boogie Down Productions in 1985.
Right.
But so as it kind of unfurls, was that experience? How was that experience enriching to kind of the point where you're at now? I mean, having those audiences and now having the audiences that you're going to have May 1st, Hard Rock.
Nice. Yeah. House of
live.
Blues.
House of
House
Blues.
of Blues.
Yeah.
Friday,
I said
May
Hard Rock, didn't I?
1st.
But you're
Well,
gonna
we're
be there.
going to rock it
You're
hard,
gonna go there
baby.
too. You're going to be
Yeah.
hard rocking at the House of Blues. We don't know. There's going to be both two performances. That's throwing that out in the universe. There you go. All of a sudden,
Multidimensional.
if you get that, I want a piece of that. No, I'm just kidding. Not kidding. Anyway, like I said, it's great to have you in studio.
Thank you for having us, man.
Thank you.
This is incredible. I love it in here.
My
by the
pleasure.
way.
Oh, cool. Yeah, we tried to make it cozy for just a
is
couple
really
people.
cozy.
It's like we don't want to gangbang a sweaty jock guys in here, you know. Even if that's
It's
a
beautiful
you know
in here.
you see people. Oh, thank you so much. So yeah, my wife is very good with decorating. But if you ever want to flip that thing off, you can turn that off. But I don't hear it. I thought
dig it.
I thought
I
I
don't
would
hear
hear
it.
it, but anyway, I don't. Anyway, we're talking about the in-studio lights and fans and the accompanying noises. But Meka-Nism.com is the website you should go to. Website you should go to.
Yes.
What's his name? I'm making fun of. I don't even know his name. You know that guy that I sound like right now. So it's like the indescript.
That guy.
Horrible. Your impressions are horrible. Just stop doing them. Anyway, this thing on May 1st, right?
Yes.
It's a big release party. I think I just cut you off of a question. If I did
That's
that,
fine. You
no,
keep
just
rolling.
Yeah, I like it. Oh, yes.
oh yes.
Oh yeah.
Well, I want to play this song maybe, and then let's. Can we do that? And then can we come back? Can I
That's a great
play?
idea.
Can I play the song and then maybe we come back? We talk a little bit about the song, talk a little bit about the event.
Yeah,
What do you
sounds
think?
good.
Because my I need some more wine.
Nice.
Used to be water, by the way. In case you, in case you didn't know. Just so you do know. I'm going to play this great track. I appreciate your guys for sending it over.
Absolutely.
Meka-Nism.com is where you can go to learn more about this. But this is Metamorphosis, and it is called The Shift. Okay, so enjoy this, and we'll be back with Live with Meka in studio. WJBW.
The electronics are so predominant that people would really prefer that.
Welcome back. In studio with Meka-Nism and crew. Bobby, on his phone. How you doing over there?
I'm good, man. I'm good.
Good. All right. Good to have you back. Good to have everybody back. Welcome. WJBWnetworks.com is the place you can go to find out what we do. And what we do is shine a light on talented and deserving people. And this week we have a great in-studio session with very talented and you just heard her musical stylings there in the song before. Very unable to be defined or pinned down, which is a skill set. Right? You can't be put in to a corner, but don't put baby in a corner. Right?
And you can't help but move.
Great sounding stuff. Very operatic. Yeah, very expressionist.
Yes.
Expressionistic.
Right, like a painting. Like it's colorful,
exactly,
it's moving, it's different.
Exactly.
It's there for people to experience. Yeah. It's about, it's just important. It's just as important for the audience to have like their own experience.
Do you encourage people to come to shows, dress up and kind of express themselves? Is that a part of what your show's about?
It hasn't been directly talked about yet, but I have been starting to talk to people about that recently. I'm all like, hey, what is your sacred like space? What would you wear as like your in ceremony for your life? To make your life and manifest your dreams and be your most expressive self. And I've been starting that dialogue with coming up to the House of Blues on May 1st, like asking people what is Maria look as a shaman and her best shaman stuff. Whoever.
Do you? Yeah, I grew up
like
in Daytona in my 20s and then part of Orlando. But do you remember Visage?
No.
Were you here for Visage?
I heard about it.
Visage was this place where you'd go, right? And you dress up, and it was all before the internet and all before all this stuff. And
Nice.
it was out by the Rymart Drive-In Theater, and a real,
was
like a
drive-in
little
theater?
strip mall kind of a thing. A lot of parking in the back, but it was always, they had a goth night, and they had all this cool stuff going. It was like Orlando was like, oh, this is so cool.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, they played Nine Inch Nails. They played all this music.
Oh,
So it was
yes.
kind of, expected, like, oh, you go there and you like totally dress out for it, and people would do that. And yeah, it was fun like that. So I just don't, I don't know if kind of the culture of today kind of does that really, or
comes
what is
in
your
waves,
experience with
right?
it? It's like if there's a more themed event or like Halloween 7, because I saw I don't know. To me though, Halloween is the perfect holiday because
love
you
Halloween,
get to dress up, you get candy. I mean, it's the perfect thing you could go do, but pretend time, whatever, and go around the neighborhood and do whatever, So to me, it'd be like
It's permission.
You
It's
should
sacred
find as
space.
many
Yeah.
reasons as you want a year to do Halloween. So
Well, what are holidays all about? They're about having that time to express yourself, to kind of break the rules a little bit, or
Right.
explore what your own patterns are, and kind of deviate from them. Right?
Right.
That sounds like a religious experience to me. Kind of step out of your norm, question
Right.
your habits and your patterns of why do I wear the same polo shirt and khakis every day? Does it make me happy?
Right.
Not that it is anything wrong with it, because there's not. But what really makes me happy?
Well, how much are you dampening it to go to your job and look respectable
Exactly.
versus
Yeah.
expressing yourself and saying, hey, I've got, this. My hair throughout my life, as an example, has always been an issue. I hate
Right.
haircuts.
Me too.
I've got this thing about people with scissors behind me. I just can't shake it. Anyway, point being is I just let it grow and it grows crazy. My wife's like, oh, your hair is ridiculous. You look like a, you look crazy. So it's like, but I love it because it's like I'm not taming it. It's
Right.
like something about me that I feel is free.
Well,
and
craziness
untamed.
is heaven. That's what Jimi
Right?
Hendrix was just talking about.
Right, okay.
Give yourself a permission to be crazy, because if you're,
Was that in the biopic with Andre
I don't
3000?
know.
Where did you see that?
I saw it on a meme on Facebook.
If this was the 90s, I would know exactly. If this was the 90s, I'd know that you saw it on VH1.
Yeah.
See,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
But now,
Oh,
I have no
missed
idea.
that. I missed
Remember
that
VH1?
stuff.
I
remember
like
that.
the documentaries and all that stuff.
Yeah.
That was
Yeah,
badass.
that was so cool. I
They should
missed
do more
that.
of that. Here,
Missed a lot of
Maybe
that.
come
MTV
back.
executives who are listed every week. Get on that.
Yeah.
Now we have internet radio shows. They're doing some really cool stuff that people are, being able to connect with.
Right,
So if we perpetuate that, we actually we're part of a website that's called flink.to.
Okay.
And we've been filming stuff and talking to other bands and starting that network. It's brand new. It's just out of
what's
beta
it called?
testing.
Flink?
Flink.to. And that's where we film
Okay.
the aspects of getting ready. We have a whole article going on right now in the story about the shift, and then 30-day countdown to the release party at the House of Blues
Yes,
going on
yes,
right now on
yes.
Flink.to. So every day we post
That's
what we're doing.
badass.
We're posting what we're doing right now with you.
Yeah.
So the JB
That's why I was on my phone.
radio interview.
That's
So
badass.
we're talking about it right now there, so people can have an interactive experience. And it's hard to promote new things because you're like, oh, go to this, go to this, go to this. But
Right,
this is just
right.
an opportunity like a VH1 where people get to have a behind the scenes. They get to see things.
Oh, that's cool.
It's like, the pop-up videos.
Yeah, yeah, I
Hey,
remember
this
that.
lyric
I
means
love
this.
that.
That was the greatest.
Here's
Yeah.
this is
Little
the process
fact-
over here.
Factoids.
So we have
Yeah.
our own little personal pop-up video, interactive experience going on. So we're trying to create that in this new world that doesn't have any predictability yet, that is so infinitely expansive that we get to manifest the way we want,
Right.
the world
Kind of
to
say
go.
it should. This is in
So-
in any given space, which is mine.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
This is how the subjective laws of the universe kind of work and function.
Exactly.
Right. I mean, you're just kind of saying this is.
So we made an intention to get people to be part of our band. Like, how do you get
Right.
people to be, part
Like,
of that experience, that
participate
tribe, but
kind of, yeah.
participate, ask questions, feel like they're part of the band. That's what I always wanted to know is what is, Cyndi Lauper thinking,
Right.
when she goes into a song, or how does she prepare there? What was her journey to do that?
I feel like she's judging me about my true color. I'm just kidding.
So, it's really cool how the universe works,
Yeah.
and then Flink, found us, flink.to.
So that kind of ties in with the metamorphosis, the shift,
The shift.
kind of the way
Telling our
that
stories.
changing the way of thinking and doing, and
Yep.
And manifesting your own reality and your own
Right.
happiness. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's like participating in the world with your most, positive intentions to offer. If you want happiness for yourself, that's going to automatically flood into happiness for others. And for us, being like truly free to express, even like, the dark beauty of things and the aggressive passion.
Right.
If you're willing, like I said this before, like from Taoism, I read this book on the top of the volcano in Hawaii, and a Taoist quote.
Was that the name of it?
No, that was just the place I was at. That was just where I was at
on the top of a mountain in Hawaii.
It's the top of a volcano.
A volcano.
Active.
Oh,
you
that's
can feel it under. You can feel Pele's fury.
Okay.
And I was reading this book on Taoism that said, you face your monsters, they become your friends.
Right.
And it was so true because it's only fear about running away from things and not facing who you are. Like people don't always want to face the dark aspects of themselves, but they actually realize that everything in you is a blessing.
Right.
Everything every power that you have within you is a tool for positive manifestation.
Yeah.
Like and good. It's all good shit inside of you, man.
Yeah.
Like, and we're afraid of ourselves. We're afraid to express or to have long hair or to dress the way we want in our society.
But why do you think that is? Do you think that's because there's such a huge weight of perceived judgment or actual judgment? I mean, our society is very judgmental. Let's just say that.
Yeah.
Oh, what? Oh, I'm getting word that our society's mad at me now for calling it judgmental. No, you're not? Oh, forgive me.
Yeah.
Please continue.
But that's so true, right?
Exactly.
Man?
That's kind of a little example of, okay, it takes a lot to love everything. And that's a hell of a hard thing to do.
Right.
And if you can actually get a fraction of the way there...
Yeah. And then you're doing incredible.
You're golden, pony boy. So.
Yes. And to not be afraid of the times when you are sad because it leads to a greater happiness.
Right. Not being afraid of problems.
Right. Because they're part of the greater good. Like, truly.
Right.
Like, everything. Have you ever noticed that even, like, your most horrible, dreadful problems always lead to a greater blessing?
Yes.
So
yes, a detriment now in 10, 20 years is actually something that propelled you to a positive.
Absolutely.
Kind of a thing.
So not being afraid of those things.
So that's kind of the metamorphosis, kind of this. You're saying that through this music, in a way, is a kind of help people kind of flip a switch and say, hey, guess what?
It's an internal revolution.
You're in control of the shit, the bullshit. Now, listen, if somebody's talking to me and they're yelling at me, I have this kind of knee-jerk reaction. Like I don't like people yelling at me.
Mm-hmm.
But so through that, I've learned to just stop and be quiet and listen.
Nice.
And I've learned to over-exaggerate on the listening, right? So that I do that, well, I think the listening is like, guess what? What you're saying is important. So it's like, I can kind of diffuse that, disarm you with a smile type of thing. And, just saying to a person, I prefer not to communicate that way. I can't communicate like that.
Yeah.
When somebody's yelling at you. And so at any point, I liken that to exactly what you're doing. You're saying, listen, I'm not talking that way. I'm not talking like that to you.
Mm-hmm.
Let's talk about what we're doing here, and it's positive, and it's kind of a building block for more of an understanding of the lifestyle and the mentality. Let's say that oftentimes I think music does a great job of tugging our emotions and getting us.
Because it's personal.
Yeah.
It goes right to the person. It is a gift for each individual person who listens to it. It's no longer the people who create it. It's a gift and an experience for each person. Revolution is not something that we have to go out and like kill people for out there.
Right.
It's something that happens inside of each and every one of us.
Right.
So this is just another example of music to set the vibration and set the permission and set the opportunity and intention for an internal revolution, an opportunity for people to face themselves and realize that all of that crap inside is beautiful and okay, and to express it and to let
just
be free
learn how
and
to get it. Well, there's ways to get it out.
Yeah,
There's ways to express it in a good way.
And to not be afraid of it, and not be afraid of ourselves, and not be afraid if we want to have purple hair or not. Maybe we want to have normal, and not saying that there's anything wrong with not wanting that either, but it's whatever makes you your most genuine, authentic self.
Yeah, do it as a form of expression, not as a form of simulation, as it were.
Yeah,
right.
Because everybody's not going to want purple hair. It's just that one person, they need to feel like they can, and then the person who wants, blonde hair will just be very happy with that and not feel like it's a rule to have to be in a certain way, but to find their authentic true self and allow that to shine. And that's kind of cool. Metamorphosis is an internal revolution. It's like converting all that stuff into that internal acceptance, of that internal man, I'm going to let whatever it is that's me just exist in the most beautiful form fashion. And that's what you
and that's
shift
beautiful
and
that
change
music
to.
does. Music can take you there. Music can bring you far away from where you're at, right? In any given moment, and it can bring you closer to where you need to go. And I think it's a beautiful thing you guys are doing, kind of following your hearts, kind of encouraging and trying to dose courage into other people to express themselves.
Right.
May 1st, House of Blues.
Yes.
You're going to be out there. You've got, I know, the Glorious Rebellion.
Yes.
Who else is going to be out there?
Lesser Humans.
Lesser Humans. And I heard Billy said that was their last performance.
Yes.
Last show.
Yes.
Yeah.
Last show.
And then the Breathing Theory out of the Melbourne
Journey,
area.
yeah.
They're going to be
Cool.
coming in, and they're a
They're
great
great.
young
I
band.
haven't heard of them.
They're fantastic.
You will.
Yeah, you'll
They're
hear about
wonderful.
'em.
They're
Okay.
enthusiastic.
Yeah, I'd love to check them out.
They've got their own energy, and it's all the bands are very different.
Well, listen,
We
here's
like
the thing now. Keep sending me your music. You guys sent me one track. You
Right.
send me more stuff, I'll play it. We also do, shameless plug, the Circadian Cast, which is
Ooh.
dedicated to all original music.
Oh, nice.
That's all we do on that program over there, and we just play original music. So please,
Absolutely.
and if
great.
you're listening to this, the email is originalmusicsubmission@wjbwnetworks.com. Attach an MP3 or guide us to a site that we can download safely, no viruses, from, please. Anyway, please. So, and you guys can do that too. Now, we are in
Yes.
studio. This is episode 104, and it's titled Meka-Nism in Studio, and we are here with... now, where's the name come from? Now, that's your name, and is the name of the band as well, so
Yes.
people don't get confused. 'cause
And that's Bobby's fault. Mecca.
That's Bobby's fault.
It was my fault that
He's the one who
happened.
decided our name. Well,
Bobby.
I'm Mecca.
Okay.
Meka. And
Is that a derivative of your name?
Yes.
I presume? Okay.
Yes, and so it's been my everyone's just call me Mecca, and it's cool. It used to be MECCA, when I was a wee little teenager transforming into this. I was in a couple bands, punk rock bands. Oh, my favorite, Dirty Barbie. That got me into
Dirty
the
Barbie. Holy
feminist
shit.
stuff.
That brought back memories of the place right there that's not there anymore. The little breakfast place on the corner of Mills, and it wasn't Nebraska. Maybe it was just a street up. Anyway, Dirty Barbie. Wow.
Cool.
Okay.
Cool.
That just
Skinnies?
looked
I
like a
don't know.
flashback. Skinny dicks.
Anyway.
It's all just coming out. Big Mother Wheel.
And then
Gargamel.
before I moved to Japan, I love Gargamel. I
Yeah,
decided so I wanted my own spelling, that represented me and who I was,
Right.
Meka. And I also had a whole dream series that I'm writing about on the Flink blog, flink.to. And I had a band called Angel Autopsy from this dream series, and
wow.
I was writing like a rock opera. So I was like, well, I'll go, I'll make the band that I had at the time was supposed to be like a rock opera telling a story. It was Meka-Nism and Her Rusty Tears. And I just played an acoustic set. I do it like once a year. I did it for a charity for Whole Planet Music and Art Festival last Friday. And I had various amazing, talented musicians. We were on Hidden Records. We released an album called Mad to Love. Florizel Dennis on baritone sax, flute, penny whistle, everything else. The great vegan black metal chef, Brian Manowitz, played percussion and different things. Many other wonderful people I got to jam with for a few years before I moved to Japan and released the Mad to Love album. So that was Meka-Nism and Her Rusty Tears. So people knew me as Meka-Nism and Her Rusty Tears. And I
Right.
was Ms. Meka-Nism.
Right.
And when I got back from Japan, I was like, okay, what are we going to call the band? And at first, it was like Meka-Nism or Rusty Tears, and then it was just like Mecca. We weren't quite, we didn't quite grasp what we were having. I had a whole bunch of ideas, love, do
Anything
machine,
but
anything.
Meka-Nism.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
I had all these great ideas, but then Bobby, when we met Bobby, it was just it just clicked into place at the end of the year. I got back in the middle of 2010 from Japan.
That's
and
a
we
whole
were
nother
starting
funny
to jam.
Yeah.
Brian was playing with us. I was playing guitar. Reed was like, "Hey, I've always wanted to play drums." Alvin was like, "Yeah, I'll play bass." Like they played different things with me before I left for Japan, just jamming out. I think Reed was playing bass and Alvin was playing percussion, like different things. So it was really cool how we've transformed together. But I got back from Japan, decided to stay and not move to Germany with the theater company because that was a whole mess. And I was like, you know what? The universe just really wanted me to hear. And my band, particularly Freedom, was like, hey, it's, you might as well have a whole band to go with you on a world
Right.
tour instead of going as an acoustic artist. Even though it's in my own right, I love my acoustic set. I love playing that style.
That's
I love
intimate.
to go-
It's not concert
right.
stage, right?
But
It's-
my energy and my personality and my volume is pretty much set for a big old rock band. You know what I'm saying? So it just made sense.
There need to be people in tuxedos with that thing.
Right. So then we met Bobby because Brian was like, okay, I'm going to do this vegan black metal chef thing, which is really cool. So I can't really be in a band right now. It was just supposed to be
What?
temporary anyway. And then I was still playing guitar, and we met Bobby at a show, and I just knew that he was going to be part of the tribe. He thinks that I was not paying attention to him, but
That was such a
it's-
funny story how we met.
No, he tells it
Where
totally
is it?
different
What
than
is
I
that
do.
story?
He
All right, so I knew Reed first. He was a good friend of mine, and I knew him through a mutual friend. And he was telling me about, hey, you need to come check out, when we play live. And I've heard of Mecca before, and I was like, yeah, actually, I want to check him out. Well, at the time, I was just barely like into the whole guitar world. I mean, like I was playing guitar just kind of as a hobby, and I go to the show and I meet Mecca, and I was like, wow, this is awesome. This is really cool. So I go up to her and I was like, hey, Mecca. I was like, it's very nice to meet you. I'm Bobby. I'm Reed's friend. She's like, oh, that's great. And we're talking, and something about guitar came out. I was like, oh, I play guitar. She goes, oh, that's great. Yeah. And then just kind of walked off, and and that was it.
Oh, that's
And I was like,
fantastic,
I was like, oh, did that?
job, Bobby.
Yeah.
The whole story is I had an intuition when he walked in that we, as my shaman.
Yeah, you weren't you weren't showing your cards.
Right.
And
I
he
was like, I knew
yeah,
that he
yeah.
would be
I also
a part
play
of the group.
I have a pair of jacks and a guitar.
And I had other people to greet who didn't have anybody else that
Right.
they knew there. So it was me confident in my own intuition that he was part of the group already. And
We're like, let's see if this guy sticks his dick in the mashed potatoes. If not, he's
He's a
in
keeper.
the group.
He's a keeper.
He could totally screw it up in the next 4 hours of this party.
Yeah.
and then when we were deciding
If he
band
gets
name,
naked, his little pajamas are
Underoos, it's over. No, he's in. Oh, which is that? I was confused.
and then when we started jamming and we were talking about the band name again to like really solidify something to move forward with for the project. Bobby's like, he goes, I just really like the way Meka-Nism sounds
Right.
because he's like, it represents, Mecca and my journey coming up to this point, but it also represents, a well-oiled machine, right, Bobby?
Yep.
Right.
Like all the parts that
Mechanism,
make us
yeah,
all together.
Yeah.
I understand.
So it represents the individual, but also all of the parts of who we are working together.
Like the whole band couldn't pretty much exist without the other ones. You know what I mean? So
Right.
it's like a group thing. And,
So the parts make the whole.
exactly
Kind of a thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So even though it's also my name, I go by Mecca Shamanism now to honor my my spiritual studies and to try to integrate that into the band too. Just little hints and pieces there. Trying to let spirit manifest like the best.
Well, I mean, that's the best thing you can do is keep doing what you're doing. I say because
Right.
you've already kind of you've got the structure all there. You put the name, and that's what I love about the story too is that you've kind of had this name years and years ago, almost as a forethought type of a thing. Like
Right.
we're going to let this be what it is now, and then one day it could be bigger, and almost through your own. No, it's called something. You're trying to come up with something else, and that's I do that with like bits on my show. Like years and years ago, I did this, and I'm still doing this, and it's
Right.
so you don't even know kind of what you're setting yourself up for when you put yourself in that creative space, when you get yourself kind of good and free of guilt, fear, kind of get rid of that stuff, right? And just really kind of soak in what your positive
Acceptance,
stuff
trust.
is. Like I was saying,
Yeah.
I grew up in Daytona in the late 80s,
Wow.
right? And they had 701 South there, which was legendary. The Robert Smith of The Cure. The Cure was there.
Oh, that's
All these
Really?
bands used to play there. They did MTV Spring Break there when I was growing up there. It was insane.
Oh, wow.
The Red Hot Chili Peppers. I mean,
man.
it was insane. And
Lucky.
I grew up there, and I skipped from school and I go to school and do
course.
stuff on spring break because there it was everywhere, and you couldn't walk around. But so anyway, so kind of growing up in that Pleasure Island land and then moving to Orlando, I really appreciate people that have a good handle on their brand, on kind of who they are, because whether you like it or not in this day and age, your name is a commercial.
Yeah.
Right.
Unfortunately.
Absolutely, yeah.
Fortunately, but unfortunately, in one way or another, it's kind of how it's always been for a few, 100, maybe 1,000 years. Is, going back to kings of, speak the name of the king very softly.
Oh, words have power.
He'll check out your kidney like you did to me. Did you know you had 2 kidneys? No. Anyway. So my buddy, hey, it's working. Oh, it's working. My buddy Perego's calling in.
Yeah.
Let's get that call. Let's welcome him in. Let's get the call and welcome him in. Is this Perego?
Yes, it is.
Well, get down. Hold on, Funky Donkey. Let me do something to change my sound here. I don't know what happened. Hold on. Sound. You need to be up in my thing up there. Hold on. Set default. Okay, can you hear me now? Oh, that's horrible. I can't hear you. How you doing? Let me play this. Hold on.
The revolution has begun. From the front lines to your imagination. A revolution is a dramatic change in ideas or practice. This is a revolution, a dramatic change. This is the Art Army.
Okay, let's see if I got you in there now. We're talking with the one and only founder of the Art Army. It's Perego on the line. How you doing, bud? You doing good? Oh, some reason you're coming through on my speaker on my thing here. Let me I'll call you right back. Hold on a second. Let me just stop that. Let me call him on my cell phone real quick, and we'll get a better call. I'll just pipe him in the old punk rock way.
There you go.
And I had this phone solution down perfectly, and it worked, and then now it's not working. So hang tight, brother. I'm going to call you back there if you hopefully don't know that because you're not listening still now. But you are. Oh, you're still listening. That's a hell of a lot of smoke. What the hell are you doing over there? You're like
I'm
starting.
making my own
Did
fog
you just
machine.
get a badge for that shit? I mean, what?
I like to create my own little epic entrance.
There he is. Let's see if we got him on the line now. There he is.
I cannot take your call right now.
That is classic.
That is classic. Wow. I thought that was him. I was like, hey, here he is. He's on the line. Let's see if I can get him again here. Hold on. Let me see. I'll try to call him right back.
He had to flip his hair with some paint in it.
All right. So I'll wait for him to call me back, I guess. But at any rate, he's got a cool event going on over there. They've been asked to, through Art Army Films, they've been asked to produce a couple shows, like pilots kind of for shows. One of them's like a dating game, Daytona dating game, and the other one's something out about the culture and the art, of Daytona Beach. And so I wanted to kind of hear, he was going to tell us a little bit about that. So if he calls back in or not, I don't know. But needless to say, we've been able to speak with our in-studio guest with no problems, no damn telephone problems. It's been good, right? We're still broadcasting? Okay, good.
We're in the flesh.
Yeah, I forget I'm just one damn person so many times. I'm like, I just so many
You
things
need
to
an
worry about.
engineer.
Yeah, I do. I need an
That'd be
engineer,
cool.
and I want him to wear the little hat, the little overalls. Toot toot, show starting. Anyway, you guys are awesome. We wanted to do a couple news stories, I guess, since I've kind of flaked out on my calling solution here. Let me just pull this up. Now, listen, go to Meka-Nism.com. From there, you can hook up with everything. Find out what Mekamorphosis is about. The first single has been released. We played it earlier in this show. And on May 1st, you can go live in concert, House of Blues, downtown Orlando, 8 o'clock start time, I guess, with about 3 other great bands. Mm-hmm. You can check them out, and you need to do that. You need to support local arts and any way, shape, or way. You guys got thousands of followers, and you guys are growing. What's this other site that you're on you were telling me about?
Flink.to?
Flink.to. That sounds really cool. So it sounds like a live vlogging site. A kind of video
it's like
blog.
a beautiful, like a gorgeous platform site where it's like has these beautiful, amazing stories, great photos, great in-depth stories, but then also a unique opportunity to, have to contribute. But like contribute means to like have written or audio or video responses and interactions with the band.
So you're like kind of providing, snippets of real life, editing it yourself.
And then the
maybe, or
fans can
just
do the same
submitting
thing.
raw
They can
files.
ask a question by typing, or they can ask a question by video.
So what's it called again? I'm going to go check.
Flink.to.
Flink, FLINK.
.to.
What's the TO for?
Totally obsessed.
Tokyo, maybe.
Totally obsessed. What are you totally obsessed with, JB Webb?
Total overlord subjection.
Nice.
Give up your sons and daughters for impregnancy for to spread the empire.
Anyway.
Let's spread some of those tickets out, too. If anybody wants a free ticket to the House of
If you do want
Blues,
tickets,
they can just...
you can chat with us live. You can call us. Well, that won't go well. 407-379-9529. Or you can just hang out. You can chat live, or we'll give them through the Facebook page as
Perfect.
well. So hook up with us if you want it. It's the JB Web Show. There's 2 B's in web at WJBWnetworks.com. That's my email address. I'm at Radio JB Web, again 2 B's on the Twit box, and you can get me there. Are you guys on Twitter? Are you
Yes.
What are you?
At Meka-Nism Band.
At Meka-Nism Band.
Yep, just one word.
MEKANISM.
BAND.
What kind of stuff, before we go to news, what kind of stuff inspires you guys? What kind of stuff do you get inspiration from?
Horror movies.
She's pointing at him.
Yeah.
I am putting it in.
Horror movies.
Is that your answer? Okay, he's saying horror movies.
Yeah.
What about you?
Well, I mean...
Horror movies is cool. What was the story with horror movies? Didn't you guys have?
Well, I did a whole episode on the Reels network on the television.
What is it called?
The TV.
Yes.
It was
Real
called,
TV?
the channel was called Reels Network, and it was a show called Fanatics. It was about people who are basically obsessed with collecting like movie props or like,
Totally obsessed.
things, that they're totally obsessed
Okay,
about.
so like collectors.
Yeah.
He's the best collector of classic horror movies.
So you have the physical.
Oh, yeah.
I'm totally
You
a
got it
closet
all.
collector. Not a lot of people know this.
Well, it's not just in his closet. It's all
not
over his
anymore.
house.
Yeah, not anymore because people saw the episode and stuff. But
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, I have a lot of life-size figures of like the creature from the Black Lagoon.
The
and
like the old
Frankenstein.
werewolves and Frankensteins
Yeah,
and stuff.
that's
That kind
Oh,
of
his
stuff
Frankenstein
is cool.
collection is massive.
That kind of stuff is cool.
It's scary.
Maybe you can actually get on Vine and do little voices for him, and then you'll be.
that's a great
Then you'll be
idea.
Vine
Yay!
famous.
I didn't
you could
even
probably
think-
do that.
I
You
didn't
could
even
probably
think
just
of
be like, "Hey, this werewolf. Nobody knows I'm gay, but it's out now." I guess which monster would be gay? Vampire, probably. Dracula. Right?
Probably, yeah.
He has the most proclivities to be gay. Right.
Yeah,
the other,
those
maybe
guys.
Frankenstein too, because he's like, I don't know what this is.
It's who's ever most open-minded.
Right. I guess.
Frankenstein already has quite a lot of men inside of
Here we
him.
are at our weekly debate on what would monsters do. No.
What would monsters do?
Just kidding. So let's do a little breaking news.
And now, breaking news badly.
Q, 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 Q. I'm gonna get them Duke boys.
James Best, sheriff of Hazard, dies in Hickory. I presume that's North Carolina. Or is it dies today, I guess. He was 88. He passed away. You guys remember the Dukes of Hazzard? Are
Yes.
you old
Yeah.
enough to...
Q, Q, Q.
I remember that.
Roscoe P. Coltrane. Whatever.
Q, Q, Q. What was that? What is it? Q, Q, Q. Do you ever know somebody gets so excited? They're like, Q, 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 Q. I'm going to get you. You ever know anybody like that? I don't know.
I didn't grow up in the South.
I think I'd be disturbed if I knew somebody that was like, I'm going to... They're so excited they can't say what they got to make baby noises. Anyway, unfortunately, he has passed away today. I don't know if that was his primary role, but...
sad.
Kids are getting ready for some sliding fun here in a Florida town, and you can find out more. It's dailycommercial.com. That first story I got 12 times off my Facebook feed there, so that's who I'm citing. Leesburg, a giant padded 1,000-foot water slide about 3 football fields long, is slated to come to Leesburg on August 15th as a fun back-to-school event for kids to enjoy. So supposedly it's going to go down the main thoroughfare, and they're going to turn all of the town there in the month of August into a slide for the children to go back to school. Did they make a big deal when you were in school? Were they like, we're going to do a big event for you? Where do people get
We
these
had
ideas?
ice cream Social.
Or are they just writing it off as that? Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I remember those.
Maybe I was
Remember the popsicles after school.
My youth was weird. You guys didn't get wrapped in bags and thrown into refrigerator boxes? That didn't happen? No, I'm just kidding. And finally, in our news story, you guys hear about the world's largest sperm bank is opened up over by the UCF area.
I just donated.
You hear about? You did?
No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, I like it.
So at any rate, I thought that was newsworthy and interesting. Apparently, UCF has become a pretty damn big university.
UCF's its own city.
It's like
now.
30, 40,000, 60,000, 50, 40. What is it? 40, 50? We've got a live field report telling me it is 37,000. Okay, thank you, live field reporter. So there you go. I guess now it's almost dinner time. I flubbed on the call with Perego. I sincerely apologize, but you guys have been truly worth it. I'm so grateful that you guys came in. I appreciate it so much. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you
We're
for
so happy to be
participating,
here.
doing what we're doing. JB Webb, we switched. We used to do kind of produced episodes. We'd put them out there, with audio and video, kind of take a conversation like this and put the...
The new medical city in Lake Nona would attract medical businesses of
Oh.
all kinds around the globe.
Thank you.
The world's
Please stop
largest
it. Stop
sperm
it.
bank is now in Central Florida.
There it is.
Stop
Wait,
it.
that's scary. Stop it, Sally. Sally from Fox, stop. All right, let me just turn that
Get out
off.
of my head.
Wow, that was really weird. So, anyway, I guess that was a slow link I brought up. Wow, it's been a fun, crazy show.
It's okay. We forgive you. It's okay. You can't help but move.
I gotta have these
It's
little.
okay. We
There.
forgive you.
Okay, thank you.
It's okay.
Thank you, random person. Touch button person. But no, we tried to shift from the produced episodes to doing kind of live audio streams.
see. I
So
like what you
we
did there.
shifted back then.
I like
So
what
now
you
you
did
guys are a part of my shift, and I'm going to be a
Nice.
part of your shift, and we're going to have
A shift party.
Yeah, we're going to have to get some shifting grease.
Hashtag shift happens.
Don't forget to grease your mechanism.
That's the only way to shift properly.
Anyway, wow. WJBWnetworks.com. You guys have been a blast. May 1st is going to be a
You're
blast
so much
out
fun.
at
Yeah,
the
it's gonna
House
be
of
a good time.
Blues. So go check those guys out. And
House of Blues.
House of
First.
Blues.
Yes.
Well, in closing here, let me roll out with a fake commercial, and then we'll again encourage you to go check out Meka-Nism at May 1st, House of Blues, downtown. What is it?
Disney.
Downtown Disney.
Yeah.
That's. I knew it was a downtown somewhere.
Nice.
And that place is gorgeous out there. It's beautiful. You've already got hundreds of people going. Hopefully, hundreds more will find out about it and go.
Absolutely.
Yes.
They encourage you to dress up and kind of participate.
Yeah.
and
That
to
would be
absolutely.
amazing.
spread your kind of show your vibe, get it out there, kind of commence. If you were a kid and you didn't get the chance to do this when you were younger, kind of go to these goth concerts and shows and to do this fun badass. Express yourself when you go out in public instead of wear like all copy clip cutter codes and all that. Like make your own shit up and
we have kids making their own
When I went to
shirts.
701 South and
Yeah.
I was a kid, I painted like myself green and orange for the solstice, for the spring solstice. And like people are like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "It's a solstice," and they're like, "You're a freak," and they're like, "You're 10 days away from going away forever." And Daytona, there were a lot of like rednecky guys.
Yeah.
So
Right.
you would get your ass beat if you were somebody that was expressive sometimes, or sometimes you would get to be like, okay, you're leading the dance troupe, and 1 and 2, and anyway. But that's bringing back painful memories. Oh my god! Oh my god!
Oh, yes.
So, Perego, do you want to call back in? Is he trying to call me? Let me call him. Let me see if I can call him. All right, let me call him now.
Art
We got another minute?
Wright.
What is it? What do we got? 6:57? Okay, we're good. All right, we got a couple minutes? You guys got to go anywhere?
Oh, we're good.
All right, we're going to try to... We'll get down, brother. How you doing?
I'm rocking steady. How are you?
I'm doing great, man. I'm doing great. I'm just punk rocking calling you on the telephone, but sorry about the drop-off there, but you're in town, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm at the Madison Square Mall right now.
Yeah, you're talking about Smashington, right? You guys are doing the Smashington. That's coming up. When is that coming up?
June 6th.
Oh, that's badass. Yeah, you guys going to be a part of that? No? Yes? No? I don't know.
We have another show that night. We were
Oh, you
asked.
got another show.
Yeah.
Yeah, we actually played that
Okay.
twice the
So-
last 2
We love
years.
Smashing
Yeah, we
Tools,
love
so
those
artists
guys.
first.
Yeah, I think you did that last year. But yeah, and they know you, Perego, here. And thank you so much. Mecca's
love
in
him.
studio.
Tell Mecca that I put a picture on my Facebook page, a new profile picture that had her in it just for her.
I saw it. It was so good.
It looks great.
Yeah. So give us an idea. I wanted you to tell us just a little bit. Give us a couple minutes of what's going on with Art Army Films and Daytona Beach.
Okay. Are we live right now?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Diggity. All right. Let's backtrack a second. On this Friday, we're doing a casting call. We're auditioning for many roles in 2 different shows we created for the city of Daytona.
Awesome.
The one show is called the Daytona Show. It's kind of like the Daily Show with Jon Stewart, where it's like commentary. It's people doing like skits. It's different features and an interview.
Cool.
And there'll be different commentators. There'll be, I'm playing the art. I'm going to be doing the art commentary. There's going to be music. There's a issue, like whatever is the social issues. Like right now, there's a big deal about whether there's beach driving or not. There'll be an issue segment.
Okay.
There'll be a dumb in Daytona section where it's like the stupidest like things that these tourists do when they come here. And and then also we're pitching another show that I've been wanting to do forever, and that's the Daytona dating game. It's basically just a modern take on the classic.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, you really can't go wrong when you got cool, you know, hot people wanting to meet other cool people. And, you know, Daytona, oh, my God, has so many friggin' hot bartenders and barbacks and fitness people. I mean, there's like superhero-looking people in our town, you know?
Right. I know. Even the maids are like, oh, my God. Right. Yeah. It's Daytona. It's like, but then...
And you know, you got the bikers, you got the fitness models, you got the whoever. You know, you got quite a range. You know,
so
you got
when...
more money with no money.
When is...
This Friday.
This Friday. When and where?
So this Friday's the audition. It's at 31 Supper Club. We're filming the auditions next door at Frame of Mind. But we're meeting at the patio at 31, and it's super fancy. It's almost like going into like a Hollywood movie. This restaurant. I was lucky enough to get some gigs doing some art there, but it's been awesome. So it's an excuse for people to come out and check that place out. And we're meeting at the patio, and you know, there's a lot of roles. We're looking for a host, co-host. We're looking for writers. We're looking for crew too for the production staff. But this first is just going to be the casting call. But you know, we're going to be looking for sound engineers, lighting people, you know, the work. And hopefully these shows will pick up, you know. And we figure, you know, if we're going to be going it, you know, we're probably going to be filming the Daytona's Playhouse. So, you know, if we're going off the effort to film one, we might as well do two.
Right.
Those are kind of cool. You know, both will feature. They'll be like in the Daytona show. There'll be a thing called Daytona Deals, which is, you know, just kind of like not commercial, but like kind of like, you know, just the cool things that are really awesome things in Daytona. So it's a little bit of an opportunity for sponsors.
Right.
And also the dates from the dating game. We're going to be sending them on a date to, like, you know, to do all the cool spots in Daytona. So that's also
like more a focus on all the stuff that's cool in Daytona to do and see. And
basically, yeah. So we're pitching these two concepts to kind of like the city people of Daytona, some other people that are interested, investors. So, you know, it's basically about making Daytona look cool and showing the cool part of it. Because, I mean, you know, you got Daytona look, you know, is awesome. But, you know, it's like, they're invaded. You know, it's like bikers come, they go. The NASCAR people come, they go. The spring breakers.
Right.
But the core Daytona locals, there's a lot of really cool people. And there's a lot of cool things to do, too. So it's about bringing the focus not so much on these events, which will bring in plenty of money and plenty of people, but more about the local Daytona culture. And, you know, it's not like Orlando, you know, it's not rocking that much. It's definitely not like New York, but there's pockets of cool stuff that's going on. And so we plan on focusing on that to show people that there is a lot of cool stuff.
Very cool.
And so,
Perego, what is the physical address, or what is the location if people are like from Orlando, they're not familiar with what'd you say, the patio or?
Okay. At the base of the Granada Bridge, which is 40, on the mainland side, there's a complex of several restaurants/clubs. There's a place called The Grind, which is the old caffeine. Behind it is the Tiki Bar.
Okay.
Right next to that is Fusion 43 and also 31 Supper Club. 31
Okay.
Supper Club is this Art Deco-looking building. That's the actual address. I think they actually even pulled from shortly to get the address changed, so
Right.
I don't know why they wanted 31.
31 Supper Club. Okay.
You can't miss it. It's this white
So
Art
look,
Deco
that's
thing.
in Ormond Beach, I guess, technically.
Ormond Beach.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Cool. Well, hey, brother. Hey, listen, man. I appreciate you calling in. Hang on the line or text me right back after this. I'm going to wrap up the show with the in-studio guys, but we want to go encourage Orlando. If you're listening out there, go check out this live casting call. It's this Friday, 31 Supper Club. That's in Ormond Beach, Florida. We've been speaking with the founder of the Art Army and our show sponsor, Artist Perego. You rock, brother. Thank you so much for calling in.
Hey, buddy, wait 1 second.
Yeah.
I got 1 second?
Yeah, of course.
Also, I just finished a meeting with Dizzle Funk in Perego, and we're at the Fashion Square Mall.
Okay.
And they have an Art Army type store here, and we're planning with next Smashing Pins. It's the third year. Last 2 years it's been rocking. This one's at the mall. They have vendor spaces. They have artist spaces. They have 3 stages, 60 bands. They're awesome. Mecca rocked it last year.
Yeah.
We're going to have the same eclectic group from hip-hop to rock to whatever, body painting, you name it. So we have full-on crazy art party. So you can go to Smash the Pins event page, and on there is a vendor thing and, all the stuff. So Smash the Pins, and...
Well, we'll get Dizzle in studio before the actual date. And when is that? Sometime in June? You said June?
June 6th.
Yeah, it's in June.
6th?
We're like
Okay.
far out.
Okay.
It's about 50 days out, but, now's the time to get in, especially if you're a performer and you want to get in, sooner, because we have 3 stages, and the current spots can get taken soon.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean?
Right. So go,
if people want
the sooner the better.
Participate. If they want to participate, the sooner they know about it, the better. If you just want to go, don't worry, we'll remind you, a month in, whatever.
Okay. All right, cool. Rock the house. Well,
Thank you for having me. Becca, I love you.
I love you.
And you are the art, okay? So don't forget.
Rock the house. That's thank you, Perego. Rock the house. That's Artist Perego on the line, and founder of the Art Army. ArtArmy.org fits in very well with exactly what we're talking about in the regards of
the revolution has begun.
As in regards of that, right? So yeah, it's kind of the mechamorphosis has begun. We got to get there. The megamorphosis has begun.
Hashtag shift happens.
Rocky Balboa is mechanism in the metamorphosis. I'm just kidding. What a
Classic. We should make that.
horrible impression. But Meka-Nism.com is the website we've been speaking and chatting with. Thank you, Bobby. Great to meet you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Mecca, great to meet you, and kind of put the face to the name in the studio and the chair and the headphones and all that. Hey, you're awesome. Keep
You're
rocking.
awesome.
Keep rocking.
Thank you.
Man.
Yeah,
Thank
we
you.
want to encourage people to go check that out. If you are just dead set positive that there's somebody that's talented and deserving and nobody has shined a light on them, you can send an email to the JB Web Show. There's 2 B's in web at WJBWnetworks.com and give us a hint about that person, and we'll communicate with them, see if we can get them in studio. So, talented people all across Orlando, Smashington coming up, all these lovely things. And once again, thank you guys.
We make a motherfucking turkey burger.
All right, we got to go get some dinner, I guess. Double D. Thank you, sir. But no, I want to thank you once again, in-studio guests. Go check out Mecca. Any closing thoughts or sentiments? Or
We'll see you guys May 1st.
Yeah.
Can't
Prepare
wait.
for the shift. Hashtag shift happens.
Rock the house.
Thank you.
I appreciate it. I appreciate you guys coming in studio. Again, WJBWnetworks.com is the place you can go to find out more about everything that we do and what we think is important. And people are important. And shining a light on hardworking, talented, deserving people. That's exactly what we do. We'll see you the next time.
It's Satan Touch Home Alarm System. Satan Touch Home Alarm System. Those spirits that will be gnawing on your soul will also protect your human form. Never worry again about a break-in. Any thief, these demons will kick their ass. It's Satan Touch Alarm System for your home. It's Satan Touch Home Alarm System.
WJBW.
The electronics are so predominant that people would really prefer that.
Yeah, I like it. And you can't help but move. Oh, yes.
It's okay. We forgive you. It's okay.